Let's be completely honest, the basketball world is exhausted. The endless, toxic debate surrounding Caitlin Clark has officially reached its boiling point. It all exploded during a live, unscripted TV clash on ESPN that exposed the deep, hidden fractures within the WNBA. When league legend Sue Bird went toe-to-toe with Stephen A. Smith, it wasn't just another sports debate. Smith pointed out a harsh, undeniable reality. The exact moment Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever were eliminated from the playoffs, the WNBA's viewership vanished. But instead of a rational sports discussion, this clash uncovered everything the league has been desperately trying to hide: crashing ticket sales, veteran jealousy, and a frantic struggle to maintain its newfound relevance. The battle lines were drawn between two of the most powerful voices in sports media on ESPN. On one side stood Sue Bird, a highly respected multi-time WNBA champion. On the other was Stephen A. Smith, famous for his loud, unfiltered commentary. As they discussed the postseason, Stephen A. wasn't spinning a narrative. He was just reading cold, hard data. He highlighted that without Clark on the court, the league's massive, newly acquired audience was disappearing overnight. However, Sue Bird took these factual observations personally. She argued that because ESPN is the WNBA's official partner and broadcast backer, commentators like Smith should focus on promoting and protecting the league rather than exposing its flaws. But Stephen A. refused to back down, firing back with a crucial question: should journalists hide the truth just to make the league look good? This exchange perfectly highlighted a massive insecurity within the WNBA, a culture that demands blind loyalty and struggles to accept critical analysis. The problem with Sue Bird's argument is that Stephen A.'s point wasn't driven by emotion, it was backed by historic, unprecedented data. The Caitlin Clark effect was staggering. During the regular season, games featuring the rookie sensation averaged 1.6 million viewers, a stunning 240% increase compared to previous years. In fact, some of her regular season games drew more eyes than high-stakes MLB and NHL matchups. Stadiums were packed to maximum capacity, not just in Indiana, but in every single city the Fever visited. The Indiana Fever saw their home attendance skyrocket, averaging over 13,000 enthusiastic fans per game. She brought an entire economy with her. But the moment the Indiana Fever were eliminated from the playoffs, the illusion shattered. The drop-off was instant and brutal. Ticket prices on the secondary market didn't just slide, they collapsed. In cities like Minnesota, ticket prices that were once hundreds of dollars were suddenly being dumped for a mere $10. Television viewership suffered an even worse fate, crashing by nearly 70% almost immediately. Even for the WNBA Finals, tickets were being listed for less than $9. The massive, casual audience that Clark attracted didn't stay to watch the rest of the league. They walked right out the door with her. This sudden crash didn't happen in a vacuum. It was the climax of tension that had been building all season, fueled by veteran resentment. Before Clark even stepped onto a professional court, legendary guard Diana Taurasi warned that reality is coming for the rookie. Later, Hall of Famer Cheryl Swoops repeatedly questioned and downplayed Clark's historic college achievements. Once the season began, this verbal friction translated into highly aggressive, borderline personal physicality on the court. Clark was subjected to defensive coverage that felt less like standard basketball and more like a targeted hazing ritual. The breaking point came when Chennedy Carter deliberately blindsided Clark with a cheap shot shoulder check away from the ball. It became painfully clear to the public. The WNBA establishment was deeply uncomfortable with a rookie capturing the spotlight they had fought decades for. As fan interest evaporated in the postseason, the WNBA leadership panicked. Their worst nightmare was becoming reality, broadcasting their premier championship events to half-empty arenas. Ultimately, the Caitlin Clark effect is both a blessing and a mirror. It brought the WNBA unprecedented wealth, fame, and media attention, but it also exposed the league's deep vulnerabilities. It is no longer just about basketball. The WNBA stands at a critical crossroads. The ultimate question is whether the league will unite and capitalize on this golden era, or if internal politics and bitter jealousies will tear it apart from the inside.